Colorado now has 12 cases of COVID-19. There are 4 new cases announced today. A patient in Larimer County, one in Eagle County, one in Arapahoe County, and the other in Denver. There is also an indeterminate case for a woman out of Denver. It's an inconclusive test, so it's being treated like a positive.
Wall Street had another pretty rough day. The Dow lost more than 2,000 points. Now President Trump is promising relief for workers and businesses, including a payroll tax cut and protections for hourly workers so they don't miss a paycheck.
The president continues to downplay the outbreak, even as his incoming chief of staff and 5 other members of Congress are in self-quarantine after possibly coming in contact with someone who has COVID-19. And in Italy, the government has put the entire country on lockdown. It is telling all of its 60 million people to stay at home to slow the spread. It's social distancing intended to ease the strain on hospitals.
It has been 3 long days for a woman in Littleton waiting to learn if she has COVID-19. She was initially told it would only take 24 hours to get her results.
It's now Monday night, still nothing. She told 9 News reporter Jordan Chavez it's frustrating because the wait is not just affecting her.
That cough is part of the reason Allison Owen worried in the first place. She says it started after a trip to California last weekend where she came in contact with someone who had been in contact with another person who tested positive for COVID-19.
And so I was like, okay, well, I just need to go get tested just to make sure that that's not what this is.
Allison was tested at Highlands Ranch Centura Health Friday around noon.
It's just like a little plastic brush that they stick up your nose and twirl it around. It's kind of uncomfortable, but I guess they get nose stuff and then they pull it out, and and then they do that. They have a little long brush and they put it in your tonsils and twirl it around and pull that out. So that makes you gag a little bit.
The doctor told her results would take about a day. That got pushed back to 2 days. Now they're not sure when she'll get the results. But she says she needs them soon, not just for her health, but others she was around before her self-quarantine.
Then someone I was in close contact with was a healthcare worker, and so she couldn't go to work because of me.
At one point, Allison had a fever of 102. She says she's feeling better now and not as worried about herself because she's young and healthy. But if she is sick, she doesn't want to be that person spreading it around Colorado.
And the state needs to tell us what they're doing because that's scary.
Jordan Chavez, 9 News.
Kaiser Permanente is trying to keep some possibly sick patients from passing COVID-19 to others at their facilities. They've started drive-up testing at their medical office in Lone Tree. Testing is not for everyone, just for patients who qualify, call ahead, or are referred there. You can't just drive up and get a test. Staff wearing protection will come out for a mouth swab so that patients don't have to come inside the office, and they hope to do that to limit exposure.
What we're doing is trying to hope to take care of our patients and protect everybody, try to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. How can we do our parts in terms of making sure everybody is safe and being taken care of?
Kaiser also set up tents outside its 3 urgent care locations where greeters will ask patients a few questions before they come inside, ask them if they've traveled in the last 14 days, if they're having symptoms, or if they've been in contact with someone who has COVID-19. The University of Colorado says it's preparing for COVID-19 on campus. 6 people on CU's campuses have been tested. 4 are negative. 2 other tests are still pending. CU says it's preparing for disruptions to classes, research, even to housing and dining on campuses. CU has restricted study abroad programs in China, Iran, South Korea, and Italy.
Tonight we've learned the band Pearl Jam is postponing its spring tour, including a concert at the Pepsi Center that was supposed to happen 1 month from today. The band is from Seattle and mentioned how it's closed schools and businesses because of COVID-19. Just as a precaution, members wanted to keep people from gathering in large groups. Despite that postponement, Mayor Michael Hancock said the city is in full operation. He also expects other events to continue throughout the city. The mayor says they won't know the true economic impact of COVID-19 until May. It takes a few months for those numbers to come in, but Hancock says they are planning now.
The Department of Public Health and Environment will be issuing an order for all restaurants to post public health directives on hand washing in their dining rooms and restrooms.
The mayor and health officials also spoke of the need to address at-risk populations, and that includes people currently experiencing homelessness.
We're trying to get them indoors like we always do because that's the safest place to be. But for those who don't make it into the shelters, we're providing hand sanitizer. We've identified where all hand sinks are available, whether they're private sector or public sector.
Health officials say they are out in the city now trying to connect people experiencing homelessness with services and shelters. Now, as for school districts, more of them are saying they're disinfecting their buildings to keep students healthy.
Every chance we get, we've been just strictly cleaning with Oxivir because every defense that we have all of our staff in on doing whatever they can to keep their areas clean. The entire district is doing that.
That's the facilities manager over at McKinley Thatcher Elementary in Denver. The cleaner he's talking about is known to kill everything from norovirus to flu, even some strains of the coronavirus. In case the community spread or, say, an outbreak at that school, Denver Public Schools have 6 of these electrostatic sprayers that can help speed up the disinfecting process. They were used to disinfect East High School. 2 students there went into quarantine after they were in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Neither student, though, has shown any symptoms.
The 9 health fairs scheduled for this spring will not be held as scheduled to prevent the spread of the virus. 9 Health is looking into other ways to help with screenings like at-home health kits, and they'll try to reschedule fairs at a later date. If you'd like updates on the coronavirus, our latest coverage sent right to you, you can text the word coronavirus to 303-871-1491. We will text back with a link to our coverage. And on the 9 News app, we have a list of frequently asked questions about COVID-19. It includes the latest on the spread of the virus in our community. And we have 9 Health expert Dr. Pyle Coley's list of do's and don'ts to keep your family healthy.